What's up everyone, it's Marco from PhoneDog.com and welcome to the last segment of the LG G3 Challenge. This is sort of where I compile all the great videos from the G3 Challenge, all into the good and bad, and also my general overall conclusion and overall impressions of using this guy as my daily driver for the past month. So with that said, enough of me talking, let's dive straight into the G3 Challenge conclusion. So first things first, we spoke about the G3's design and hardware in day 7. We picked out some of its great aesthetic appeal coming off its almost edge-to-edge display panel and the generally better looking build. While it may still be made out of a cheap plastic of the same LG G2, it looks more grown up with a new brushed metal look. And on the hardware side of things, it's packed to the gills with a 2.5 GHz quad-core Snapdragon 801 chip, 3 GB of RAM on the 32 GB model, and the Adreno 330 GPU. Then fast forward to day 18, where we dove into the biggest selling point of the LG G3, which is its display, spanning a total of 5.5 inches and housing 2,560 by 1,440 pixels within it. It's a monster of a display. And you may be unfamiliar with the screen resolution, but this is called Quad HD, or sometimes referred to as 2K. While it houses Quad HD resolution, it only adds about 25% more pixels than standard 1080p. The biggest benefit from the extra screen resolution is found when watching YouTube videos or any other online content in the 1440p option, which YouTube recently added to their app. You'll also see a new level of sharpness on text in terms of the UI and interface, but not so much when you're browsing the web. And you can imagine it's quite a pixel-dense display, housing 538 pixels per inch. It's one great-looking display. But are there any drawbacks? Well, it's quite a bit more dim than your typical AMOLED panel found on a Samsung device or even HTC's One M8. It just doesn't have the same level of power compared to the iPhone 5S or the HTC One in terms of backlighting, and the LG's panel is extremely reflective in outdoor lighting. Next challenge was found on day 21 with the durability of the LG G3, and since the G3 is primarily made out of plastic and Gorilla Glass, it seems that it should be able to withstand casual drops and strikes, but within days of the LG G3 being released, a number of them have been reported with smashed displays. And I suppose that's understandable since you don't have any type of protection of the display. There is no lip to be found to protect the display from impacts to the ground, and if I were you, I really didn't want to put the LG G3 in a case to take away from its design. But a case is highly recommended for the LG G3 if you have a bad track record of smashing displays. And on day 22, we took a look at the LG G3's 13 megapixel camera. It packs a lot of great features like optical image stabilization, but it adds a weird robotic movement that you probably don't want in your video. Although it does help when you're taking videos on the move or you're taking longer exposure photos. Photo quality in well-lit situations proved to be really good. Also, due to the new laser autofocus system, it's surprisingly fast at autofocusing, but when you take away the light, the image becomes degraded rather quickly. Video quality was also not as impressive as first hoped. The video with OIS looks pretty robotic, plus the quality itself is nowhere close to the champion of mobile 4K, which is the Samsung Galaxy S5. And last but not least, we can dive into day 29 with the software of the LG G3. It runs Android 4.4.2 KitKat with LG's custom skin. LG has put a flat spin on the look of Android, and it proves to be more complementing to Android than intrusive found on the LG G2 1 year ago. Yet to me, the G3 software on LG's side just seems a little unfinished. There are some weird random lags when it comes to loading widgets, and some really strange buffers when you first turn on the device. And I don't mean for a second or two like usual, I mean for a good 15 to 20 seconds of slow, laggy experience. So this brings me on to now, the conclusion of the G3 challenge. So far as my daily driver, the great things have way outnumbered the bad things with the G3, including the software bugs, including the durability worry about having such a big display and really nothing to protect it. It's been one fantastic device. I mean, the software is good enough, the screen is gorgeous, I wish it was a little bit more brighter, but overall, it's been one of the best Android devices I've used. Now, compared to things like the S5 and the M8, really the big three are the LG G3, the HTC One M8, and the Samsung Galaxy S5. The G3 is my top pick out of those three, with the HTC One being in second place and the Samsung Galaxy S5 in third place. But also, phones like the OnePlus One kind of make me scratch my head asking, why are these phones so expensive when a OnePlus One is just as good or even better, in my opinion, than the LG G3 or even all the other Android flagships? But enough of that. It's the LG G3. It's really a great device. I mean, it's super spec'd out with great specs and hardware. It looks really beautiful. I mean, I know it's still made out of plastic, but it looks beautiful. I love the brushed metal look on the back. I love just the almost edge-to-edge display, regardless of the bezel on the bottom. I wish they take that away, but it looks like a great device, and again, it's probably my top pick out of those three flagship brand names of the LG G3, the Samsung Galaxy S5, and the HTC One. So let me know what you guys think about the LG G3. Do you guys have one? Let me know about your experiences with the LG G3 if a comment below, or if you have any questions, ask them directly to me on Twitter to @PhoneDog_Marco. And as always, my name is Marco Hanna from PhoneDog.com, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.